Hi guys, it's good to have you on today, and I'm excited because we're going to go through all kinds of brushes and how to do strokes with those brushes. And that's the one thing I didn't know when I started, which brushes would I use to do this and which brushes would I use to do that and how to load them. So I'm going to use floating medium, that's folk art paint is what I use, and then I'm going to use the folk art multi-surface paint, and it's got a thicker consistency, which I use a lot with one stroke painting. All right, so here are some colors that I'm going to use today for the leaves, and then I wanted you to see that I'm going to use these 2 packs of brushes. These are the ones that I sell the most. These are the most popular brushes, and it's number $12.99, which is a completer set of all kinds of specialty brushes. And then we have a $10.59. This is the most sold packages, and it's 10 of my most used brushes. I have a Pro Brush set by Weber, which has 13 brushes that I use most. The 12 brushes on these, this 10-piece set that I'm using here, are the ones that I use a lot when I'm teaching my students, okay? So then now what we're gonna do is I am going to pick up, I've got a 12 and a 3/4 here, okay? So what I do first, I've got the paper towel right here. I'm gonna show you that I will dampen my brushes because when you first start, they've got stiffening in them. I will dry that off, and then I'm ready to load. All right, so I'm gonna put some floating medium out here. I don't know that you're gonna see that. That right there is the fluff that's inside the paint to make it thick, but it has no pigment in it, all right? So I'm gonna start out with loading the 12, and I want you to see, I'm not gonna use white as much because it won't show on the white paper, but I'm gonna either dip one side, see this? And then come here and stroke next to the second side because we're going to be double loading. Or if this is close enough, if I had it way over here close enough, then what I would do is go back and forth. And see, now I'm pushing back and forth, and I do it quick. If you do it quick, okay, then that's going to make it work into the bristles. Now we need it into the middle of the bristles, all right? So every time we need more paint, we just come right here and pick it up, all right? And we do not, with a number 12 flat that I'm using, we do not need to pick up medium because we're doing single strokes right now, okay? And I want you to watch how often I go pick up. Now, first thing I'm gonna do is, we used to start like this with a T, and I would push down, turn slightly, and slide to the tip. Well, this is how I do when I'm doing sunflower petals. I push, slide, and pick up, and I pick it from the center of the sunflower and I pull it out, okay? But to get an easier leaf for you to stroke, if you go with a crooked T, all right, you're gonna touch here at an angle, push down, and I'm still gonna pull to that point. Now, let's do the crooked T over here, because I ran out of space over there. Now, see this line right here? That's the tip of your leaf. So if you're starting here, look at this. If I'm starting here with the green, which corner, the light green or the dark green, is closer to that tip? It's the dark green. So all I do is stand up. So from here, immediately, I just stand up. Now, if you're doing these strokes, a waving flag, or if you turn the top too much, that looks like a snail, okay? Or if some people twist it all the way around and it looks like a bird beak. None of these are right, okay? We don't want to do these at all, okay? Now, if I'm doing another, I call this a slider leaf. You can also do those. I'm going to try this way so you all can see. I can be at a slight angle and slide down and make a long slender leaf. I can push harder and make the slender leaf longer. Or I can do bamboo, where I'm pulling it off of the bamboo stalk like that. All right? Now, I'm going to show you how I do a grape leaf. I also like to put a little bit of other color in here sometime, like this aqua. How fun is that? All right. So, if I was going to do a grape leaf, I'm going to try to be here so you can see. I am going to put a Y. Actually, I probably ought to do just a full leaf first. So if I'm right here, 1, 2, 3, my starter stroke, and see the aqua staying in the middle of the Y, all right, and I ran out of paint. So you should have enough paint that that doesn't happen, but since I'm on a dry paper, I can dip into the medium and then go pick up, all right? So if I hold this like this, hopefully you'll see the brush. Okay, I stop and I slide. So let's do it on the other side. If I'm right here, 1, 2, 3, because the other side of the brush isn't blended, then I'm gonna wiggle till I see a seashell. But see that light green or aqua is staying in the middle. Okay, and then I stand up, stand up, stand up, and I have my heart-shaped leaf, and then I pull a chisel in the middle. So look at this, if I lift up the front of the brush and just pull, then this last tip is the last thing that goes in there. Don't go all the way to the end of the leaf, but we also, if you're doing this leaf right here, we're gonna touch that to the center of a vine or a stem, and we flip the brush and we go along like this, and you have sprigs of greenery. So see, it's really fun and easy. This is a messy over here, but it wouldn't be if I moved quicker, but I was trying to do slow for you. So look, with one stroke painting, you pick up more paint and just clean it up. All right? So I have flat brushes from a size 2 up to a 2-inch, but this 3/4 we use a lot, and I'll show you that a little bit later. But let's do the grape leaf now that I was talking to you about. All right, so we can go with a Y. Now this, I want to show you that sometimes you can go with an X, like a railroad crossing. And what that's going to help you do, get a teeny bit of medium. But look, I keep coming over here and picking up paint right there. All right, so I'm going to start here. Make sure that that's not too wide. It should be look like a V. Slide to the tip. Come back, slide to a tip, come back, push down, and slide to the tip here. Now see that dry brush? Let me show you. That happened because I laid my brush down. I was laying it down so you could see. So I'm going to stand it up better. Wiggle, slide to a point, slide back, wiggle to a point, slide back, and then lay your brush down, but the handle up, and stand up, stand up, stand up to a tip. Okay, so I can come back over here and clean that up. But see, I can just go here and put a little bit of medium just on the tip, and then when I'm doing this, it will make it all the way to the point. You see that? All the way to the point. All right, and then I pull my stem into here. And that's my grape leaf. All right, so this is wonderful with a 12, but I'm gonna go to an angle brush. This is a smaller angle. You get a large angle in here too. And I want you to see that this brush does wonderful things for you. All right, so instead of standing up and tilting the front of the brush up, you can just go straight with this brush and get nice little vines. Okay, so I can come here and wind my vines. And it's okay if they feather a little bit, that's a nice thing. And then this brush is very easy to get all these little angled leaves. I use the flat a lot because I hold the flat in my hands and I never have to switch it out. And you can just get some of the 3-piece set brushes of mine, and it's just 2 flats, a scruffy, and a liner. And if you're just starting, that makes it nice, and you don't have to buy the angle brushes. But I just want you to see, if you get angle brushes, how much easier it is to do that stroke. This one I had to concentrate. This one just comes right off your brush. Also, you can take and do a ribbon with this angle brush. That's really easy. All right, and I'll tell you why. Because as we're doing a ribbon, we're going to come down on the chisel, then we lay to the side and come all the way up to the chisel and lay to the side, all the way up to the chisel and lay to the other side. When you use a flat brush, I have a hard time getting y'all to come up to the chisel right there. Okay? I will show you though how I make a ribbon in a few minutes with a flat brush that makes it really easy. A quick and easy way to do some leaves are, I will take and do an angle, and this is like a faux ivy. So see, I'm going to hold this there and turn to the point. Oops. I didn't see that I didn't have any paint on there. All right, and then you just pull this down. So that's just a quick and easy way to do that leaf. The important thing with this is if I'm doing flowers and I want white to show on the edges, the toe, this is the toe, this is the heel. The toe will give you those really pretty lines on the outside because the dark is going to be white, all right? But if I'm trying to do something, like I can only do this leaf with the heel and push. I can't come around and push this toe because it doesn't work the same. But I can put pressure on the heel and make a leaf with this if I want to. All right. So that's the angle. Now we go to our basin and we rake this. These are synthetic nylon bristles. And so I know some people think you're breaking your bristles, but these are nylon. They don't break on the plastic. Okay, so I'm going to show you next how I use a round brush. Actually, I'm going to finish the leaves. I don't know what I'm doing. I got sidetracked. Let's do some more leaves. All right, so I'm going to my 3/4 inch flat brush. And I'm picking up a little bit aqua so you see lots more color. See, back and forth, back and forth. And just make sure it's at least 2/3 full of paint. And see, it's thin. Now, if you let paint dry in this ferrule, then you'll lose your chisel. You have, all my strokes start and end on the chisel. So you need a flat, nice chisel for a couple of reasons. See, I can come here and I can move around. Let me show you something fun I do. All right. This is what I used to do on ficus trees and homes that I did. I did a lot of model homes. I would slide up, reverse direction, pull back through, and go right back to my vine. I'm going to try it with the dark on the outside. So I wiggle, slide, and come back. That did not finish it. Now, I want to show you why I did this. I could do a whole ficus tree on a wall in a hallway that looked like real ficus with the pretty little, you know, the house plants with green. And I could just come and then go back, come and go back. So let me show you slowly what I'm doing here. I'm pushing down. I'm sliding up to the point. I lift the back of the brush and drag the point through the middle and go back to my branch. All right, this is what you don't want. You don't want the paint to be dry brushed. Okay? So, and you'll notice when I didn't push hard enough, when I was just pushing a little bit, you get that. So if you push evenly, stand up, pull the chisel right through the middle and go back. So that's just a fun little thing that I created, and it made me just paint faster because I was doing lots of metal wear and doing hundreds and hundreds of watering cans. So let's do a heart leaf. Let's start right here. All right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, wiggle. See how I stay down? And I'm going to slide down to the tip. Now, the tip's where the end of the Y is. Okay, so I had technical problems, so I'm just going to start right back again and show you that I'm scrubbing around this way and grab some more paint and scrub. Look at this side, this corner is staying in the middle till you see your shell, and then you stand up. All right. So the way I do an ivy with this large brush is I want to show you that I'm going to pick up the color. So if I'm over here, I pick up white and side stroke here, or I can pick up aqua and side stroke here. All right. So we were resetting so this dried just a little bit so I can work more medium in, and then there we are. Okay. So this is how I do the ivy. So I'm going to come out to the side right here. Watch this. I want a nice peek out to the side. Then I put another V right in here. Actually, you could go all the way to a Y. Picked up more paint, and right inside there I do the seashell. See that shell? From here to there is the shell, like a scallop. And then I stop wiggling and slide down. Now, if you hold the handle of the brush straight up and down, you're doing this stroke. All right, so if I see the shell, then I stop. Now look, I slowly stand up, stand up, stand up, and slide to a point. So this is what most people do. They get to right here, and they just lift. You've got to get to here and slide to a point. Pull a stem in, and you've got that. Okay, so I want to show you a tall leaf, and I want to show you too what half sprung is. All right, so this is what we're doing. If you push hard, too hard, and then crank this around, then it twists the brush. Okay, so if I start and then the next thing I go 1, 2, 3, and I'm ready to go, and then many people stand up when they do the 3 and do this. So you're up on the chisel or you're squished too far. Also, when you twist, this chisel needs to line up with the ferrule all the time. So that's a little trick I always tell you to do. So wherever my ferrule goes, this chisel edge of the brush will go. So this is what you want to be. You want to be half sprung. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be there. You want to be half sprung. And then every movement is you're scrubbing. Scrub, 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 and you'll get that stroke. Okay, so let's come over here because I want to try to get a couple more leaves in. I'm going to chisel and I'm going to slide. All right, so chisel down, slide. I'm out of paint. This is when you do need medium, and then you can curve at the end. Or I can come up, whoops, up, stand up, roll the brush, and do those tall leaves. Stand, push, roll. All right, and you can do that with any size brush. Okay, I also like to sometimes just come in here and tap, like I smush the brush some, and you can tap foliage. Okay, so I'm leaning on this back corner, and I can come in here and put some different layers of color in here. All right, so we also have the scruffy, and I have the scruffy in different sizes. Now I do the center of a sunflower with this scruffy, or I can come along here and I can do pouncing to get greenery at the bottom of my painting. But this is what you don't do. Listen, we pick up and we pounce. Both of them are as much pressure. This is what I have a lot of people do. Dab, 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 dab. We don't want to do that. We don't want to go dab, dab, dab across. We want to pounce. Okay? And that's how you're going to be using that to do a good job. I want to show you 2 more brushes that are wonderful for doing greenery, where we're going to stroke up with this. This is a rake brush or a feather brush. See how nice? I use this for fur also and hair. I can also go on the chisel to make some taller ones. And I also do, like if I had wheat or seagrass, sea oats, and I could come out here and pull off from there, okay? So that's a real fun little brush to use. And I want to show you that I'm going to pick up a couple of colors here on a dry fan brush, and I can start tapping down my tree. Maybe go and watch. I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth. And I lost my tip, so we can come back up here, tap a little bit. And I can come back and put some little snow on here with the same brush. Okay, so we're doing like a Christmas tree. And I can come right here and tap a little bit of white here and there. Okay. Now, I want to really quickly jump over to another piece of paper, and let's do some flowers real quick. So I have some flower colors we're going to work with, okay, and we're going to use a couple of the brushes that we just used. One brush that we can use is a round brush, and I'm going to pick up, push, and lift. I don't think you can see the yellow as well. Let's get another color. So we're going to pick up, when we're doing this brush, we're going to get all, this is your round brush. I wet it, laid it on paper towel. And then I'm going to, after I've got this round brush all loaded, then I'm going to pick up white. All right, so if I push down with the purple down and lift, and the whites up, I'll get nice strokes or streaks of the white in the petal. Okay, so look, I just push left, all right. You put pressure and lift, that's what makes it all look good. And then I can just take either that little scruffy that's in the set, or I go dip dop with the handle of my brush and do that. We could also, let me show you, I can also use this brush, a little dampen, a little bit of white, and I can push and roll and do scroll work, okay? Push, push. All right, so if I do that with green, I picked up 2 colors of green. Now watch, I'm going to push and stand up and make those be the leaves. All right, for that same flower. That's a round brush. I mostly use my round brush for scrolling, and I'll come in with my liner and I will add, I need a lot more water with that. We use the water a lot with the liner. It's the only brush I use water with. And we do not paint with water, so we use the medium, so we don't do that. The only time I paint with water is with this liner. So look, the tip has got some nice little thin hairs. So this is like a fountain pen. The more I keep up, and look, I want you to see, I can pressure, look at my little finger, it's pulling. I don't even think about moving this brush. I'm pulling, my little finger is making it happen. Push, little finger, okay? So I do a lot of petals with, I'm going to use yellow instead of white, okay? A little bit of white. All right, so I do a teardrop, okay, or I do it lower. All right, now this will do a 5-petal flower. So we're going to do a head, like a gingerbread man, 2 arms, and 2 legs. And this is a gingerbread man, okay? Now to do that, I do a V. I start on the chisel, push, guide it over, and then just stand up. Now I do another flower watch this. I can take and do the same thing with a V, and I wiggle, a slight wiggle, and we get a whole different flower. Okay, I can also just flip my brush over and overlap those flowers. Oops, see, I've got mud. But it's the same thing. It's we do the head, and we've done 2 arms now and a leg. All right, and so you can just do 1 dot, or you can do multiple dots. All right. Now we have a filbert. Where did I put my filbert? There he is. All right, here's a filbert brush. Now when we use this brush, I want you to see we've loaded it, and the round and the filbert, we load both sides, and then we streak the second color. Now watch how this works. I push it down, I can scrub it, push out, and pull in. I didn't get enough yellow for that to show. Push out, and pull in. Let's get some white and see if we get a better color there. Okay, we push out and then lift it back in. I'm going to show you a couple other flowers. I'm going to do that with the round brush. I think you'll like it better with the round brush. If I take and I pick up the magenta and then the moon yellow. Okay, let's see if this is better. Let's push it. Yeah, push it out and then streak it back. We want to see streaks. Push, pull, push, pull. And the more vivid the colors, the brighter it looks. We can put another layer right here. Let me turn the yellow up. It's crazy. Whatever color you put up sometimes does the best. And this, we've used this to make carnations before, right? And you're just going to take the green and pull it up, okay? So let me show you what a lot of people, I tend to not use the filbert as much for this, and I'll tell you why. When you push down and lift, yes, it gives you a perfect round flower petal, but it doesn't stand out nice at the end. So you definitely have to use your little scruffy, or you have to fill in more with a nice little center. Where'd my yellow go? I guess I used it all. There you go. And you fill it in more. And so I also teach people how to use this to do scrolls and see if they like it better. But it's so much easier with a round brush. I also want to show you with that big angle brush. I think y'all have seen this before, but I'm going to take and this is the angle brush. Remember what I told you about what we use for the point of this brush? Let me get some more yellow. We are going to use yellow there and magenta. So the heel, I put magenta. This is the hardest thing, is to remember what color you want on the tip. All right, so I'm going to end by showing you this rose. That's really fun with the angle brush. And you're going to go right there to go all the way around. And I can keep coming over here and getting color. Now, why I like to use the angle brush is as we're doing this cabbage rose. All right, and a rosebud. Look, we pick up white, and we're going to come here, and we can make a little bud in the middle, and another one. Pick up yellow. Actually, I don't like that where it's got that line there. So we can just come in here. I love showing this, like, here's some tips and tricks, easy brushes to use, and I'm going to continue coming in with more videos like this so you can see how easy it is to come in here and create something if you have the right brush. See, my brushes are different than most people's brushes that they're selling out there, because my brush is spring. All right, so as All right, as I spring up, as I put pressure and I release, my brushes spring right up so that we can keep working on it. All right, this is gonna look okay when I'm done. All right, so now I'm gonna come right in here. Now watch what happens. If I come in here with white, I can just lay it out right up here. See how I'm laying the white out? Okay. Okay, there you go. All right, so you just can keep going and adding more. And I hope you like this. I can show you more brushes on another time, but I just wanted you to see quick and easy flowers that you can make using your angle, your round, your filbert. Okay, so I hope you liked those, and I'm gonna be coming out with more for y'all to see in the future, and how to make bows and ribbons and other things. So this is what I'd like to ask from you. If you like what's going on, I am adding more and more each week, me and my son, my grandson Christian, and we are working on getting 2,000 likes. Last time we hit our goal when y'all helped me, so if you would please share and like what we're doing for you out here, and see how many more we can get. Let's try to get the 2,000 goal, guys. All right, so if you want any of our products or want to see more of what Donna Dewberry does, along with the One Stroke channel, go to onestroke.com. And I really need teachers out there, so look and check out how you can become a teacher with me. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.